still there, and we're coming to you live from Diaso in the upper Dinchira West district here. I mean, it's not so far from Dunkwa Obuasi where Dinchira Obuasi where the incident actually happened. Stephen, going around town, and pretty shortly we'll be showing those pictures to viewers, how the whole town looks like. You've seen the people who have already been arrested, but the town, I mean, just a while ago, a little over 9:30 p.m. where we had gone there to assess the situation in town, to look at the mood in town. Stephen, it's very quiet. You don't see anybody around. You can even hear the sounds of frogs and all of that within the town. But the very latest is that the police is on a manhunt for 5 people. There's a video circulating. We have not shown it for obvious reasons that it would not be fair to the families. But the police are looking for 5 people now. There's a manhunt for 5 people who have been identified in the video. We understand 2 women have been identified in the video as having brain behind the lynching of the captain, and then 3 other men as well. We picked up information which was not confirmed by the district police commander regarding the whereabouts of the assemblyman who had lodged a complaint or had lodged a complaint at the police station. But the fact is that, Stephen, the whole town has been deserted by everybody. There's absolutely no human activity whatsoever within the Dinchira Obuasi township where the incident occurred. Now the military is leaving nothing to chance. They are doing their patrols in the town. They are still doing some bit of investigation, some snooping around to find out what exactly had happened, and if they can get other people in addition to the 5 who have been arrested and have been transported already. By now, we do understand they should be in Cape Coast by now, and by tomorrow they will be arraigned and then be prosecuted aside. The charge to be leveled against them is not yet known, as we gather from the regional police command. Back to you in the studios, Stephen Enti.
Thank you extremely for that snap update. Komla Kluche there. This is the developing story. So Komla Kluche is still there, and as you saw, the place is almost like a ghost town, and we're hoping that he keeps safe, and we'll be keeping an eye on this development as it unfolds. Komla Kluche there. So still on this unfortunate lynching of Captain Mahama, Komla Kluche earlier tried to get some information from one of the suspects. Let's listen to their interaction.
Muye soja ni de na muye no
me na me ni ha no na me ni ha me ni kunu ha no na we ni si
enti anenti na wodwane ye
me anwane ko bia
chief muye ni den
me de ya wada na me firi kurim nti adwada no be 4:30 na me beduru ha nti beduru ya no mo kire se o makum obi me so 4:30 me pianko ba bia na mpe baby da anti anadwe na police for soldier for me fam say
soldier ni no onnim no
me no
soldier ni no mu ye ne den
soldier ni me gina ni say na me dem nsa gu me bo ana mo bo no de mo bo no mo bo ni nya azu me ni mo nyina
mo bo no onnim
no kunu me mo nyina me ni mo nyina
enti omo ha no omo kan
ba cho da bi. These are
the words of this suspect here. One is indicating that he knows very well the people who have been involved in the lynching of the military captain, and that he is ready to assist the police in all investigations. Komla Kluche, TV3 News, Diaso.
Meanwhile, the Christian Council of Ghana has expressed worry over what it terms as emerging cultural violence. The council says the recent public violence and attacks is a threat to good governance and public safety. Let's quickly get onto the telephone lines and speak with the General Secretary of the Christian Council, Reverend Dr. Kwabena Opunni Frimpong. He's joining us on telephone lines now. Good evening, Doc. We're grateful that he could join us at such a short notice. Now, the Council is expressing worry about developments around the country, especially in relation to what happened in Diaso and also what's happening in Somanya. Following from that, there is something else that happened in Tema Newtown and all over the place. We've had incidents of things happening in Savelugu, things happening in Alabanyo, in Konya, and all of those places. What is the general view of the Council about these developments?
Let me say good evening to you and your cherished viewers. And the emerging trend, the culture of violence spread almost every corner of the country that you are just recounting. It's very worrying. Recently, we saw attacks on the judiciary. Now, and the attack on electricity, the attack on police service to the extent that their vehicle was banned, and now you have attack on a military officer. We know that must lead the investigation for those who are in charge to come out to tell us who exactly did what. But until we get there, it's very worrying that if we won't allow a rule of law to prevail, then it's a threat to good governance. Good governance prevails when people want to be law-abiding. But now this situation where somebody feels I'm aggrieved and I don't have patience for anybody, I'll go all out, and to the extent that we are attacking even the security of this country. If Ghanaians want to go that way, it's a threat to public safety. When our sons and daughters, our husbands and wives go out to work as police officers, as electricity people, as military officers who have been sent far away to central region to work, their people want them to come back in safety. But if you have a situation where you can't guarantee that I go out there and I can come back safely because somebody thinks that I either am an armed robber or whoever I am, and they have the right to kill me. And the problem again also is the disrespect that we are giving even to the dead. You see some of the pictures, and women and young people are prepared to some level of high level of disrespect to the dead, forgetting about the sensitivity of the people involved. It's very worrying. And quickly we feel that the government and community leaders and these youth leaders, whoever is mobilizing Ghanaian youth to embark on such violence, must respond to the threats that their actions are given to this nation.
Right, Doc, we'll leave it here. We're grateful. Reverend Dr. Kwabena Opunni Frimpong is the General Secretary of the Christian Council of Ghana. Now, away from that, the Koforidua Circuit Court has remanded 16 persons arrested in connection with the Monday burning down of the Somanya police station and the district police patrol vehicle.
Some irate youth of Somanya ran riot and destroyed property, including the district police station, and burnt the only police patrol vehicle in the area. The demonstrators were against alleged high electricity tariffs, again freed 4 suspects in the police cells. Those arrested include the assemblyman for Sawe Electra area, Ebenezer Jones Adamte, who allegedly led the demonstration. The prosecution prayed the Koforidua Circuit Court to remand the accused persons to allow them time to investigate the incident. This was upheld by the presiding judge, who asked the 16 accused persons to be remanded into police custody until June 13. Meanwhile, reports reaching TV3 indicates that the police had reportedly raided the residence of the alleged ringleader of the demonstrations and the assemblyman for the Sawe Electra area, Ebenezer Jones Adamte. Member of Parliament for Yellow Kobo, Magnus Kofi Amoate, expressed disgust over the development.
I think it's highly unfortunate and unacceptable because the police is not the institution to resolve the issue of high electricity tariffs. No. So I don't see why we should vent our anger on the police. They are protecting us. And if those who are protecting us should be attacked. When we civilians are attacked, who do we run to? I think it's very, very important. And we must not allow a few to incur the displeasure of the police. The police can do anything. They may decide to take leave of us. And when they are gone, hey, it's we civilians who bear the brunt of the absence.
There is calm in the Somanya community and its environs following the deployment of more police personnel.
Now, David Agbe is Executive Director of the Ghana Institute of Governance and Security. We're lucky to have him in the studio tonight, all the way from Kumasi. How are you, sir?
Yes, I'm okay, Steve.
I know that it's been 24 hours since the unfortunate lynching of Captain Mahama, and this comes on the back of a series of incidents. We just narrated the Somanya one, the burning down of the police vehicles. There were reprisal attacks in Temanu town with agitated youth attacking the police station. Briefly, I mean, tell me what these actions say of our internal national security situation.
Steve, I am terribly shocked about this incident of our good friend Maxwell Mahama. I thought that Ghanaians, we are civilized, but I never knew that such an incident could actually happen in this country.
But instant justice didn't start yesterday. I mean, I know that there are people who are expressing outrage about this, but we've seen in our communities people who are suspected to be armed robbers have received instant justice. They're being stoned to death. Some are being burned to death. These things happen every day, and we don't talk about them. So what is different from what happened to the military officer? I'm not saying that that's a good thing, but we have to situate this in the proper context.
Steve, it's true, but this incident tells me that a lot of Ghanaians are still in what we call in political science state of nature, where there is no rule, where there is no law, and so people think that they could behave like, excuse me to say, animals. That is a stage at which, some of our youth and Ghanaians are becoming more like we are still in that stone age. And it's becoming unbecoming. Not long ago.
I mean, it's barbaric to get to see that somebody will look at a human being and put him to light.
It is actually beyond the word barbaric. Because we thought that not long ago, Ghanaians, we were all in flames talking about the fact that, South Africans are into this kind of... Yes. And all that. We talked about it several.
Criticizing them.
They
were inhumane.
Thinking that
this shows
our society is quite serene. We have that view that Ghanaians are more civilized. And so civilization has become part and parcel of our society. Not knowing that we still have these group of people. In Twi dialect, they used to call something, I don't want to use it. It's like this group of people, they do not belong to our current, system as far as knowledge and civilization is concerned at all.
What do you expect to be done? I mean, I know that we will have all the emotions. We will feel sad and angry. I mean, I am very angry. I mean, I was the bearer of the bad news last night.
On Facebook,
and this cannot be allowed to continue. But we have to also begin to think about solution. Where do we go from here? Should the arrest by the military and police just end the matter?
Steve, it shouldn't end the matter. And I'm even surprised that my good friend Reverend Ampabenin was talking about the fact that out of the 80 and 86 women and men, they have been able to arrest only 5. I thought that even if there is a bed in that town, they should be able to arrest all of them and follow due process and make sure that they screen all of them until we get the true picture of those who perpetrated that criminal conduct against humanity. This is beyond imagination.
David, let me bring us back to the critical question I asked. What does this tell you about the state of our internal security structure? We have a country where we have law enforcement agencies, we have the police, we have the military, and this still happens. We have citizens who have attitudes. This still happens.
Some of us, what we've learned is all about democracy, it's all about political science, it's all about security and it's related. But I must say that if you are seeing some of these semblance in our society, it tells you that there is something fundamentally wrong with our judicial system. There is something wrong with the way our security agencies are actually, doing their work. And some of us, we've called on my name, David Apietu, as IGP, that no, there are certain things wrong with our security system, which he needs to set up as a senior security officer, so that we could be able to work at all those things. Here we are, any issue that goes to police station, they will tell you we are investigating the matter. We will never get to the bottom of it at all.